The Shepherd of the Valley. A story inspired by Psalm 23. Eli was a young shepherd from the hill country, known for nothing except a quiet spirit and the small flock he tended every day. His life moved with the rhythm of the hills. Morning sunlight warmed the grass, the sheep stirred, and Eli guided them along familiar paths. He loved the peace of it, the silence that felt alive with God's presence. For him, the pasture was not only a workplace but a sanctuary. One particular spring morning, the sky carried a strange heaviness. The wind whispered in uneasy tones. Eli noticed the sheep were restless and kept glancing toward the valley that stretched beneath the cliffs. He remembered the stories older shepherds told him. When storms gathered quickly, that valley became a place of danger. Flash floods, wild animals, and thick shadows filled it without warning. Still, the grass in the valley was green and fresh, and the flock needed it. Eli knelt in the soft dirt and prayed, "Lord, lead me. You are my shepherd too." Peace settled over him like a blanket. He stood and guided the sheep forward, trusting that the one who watched over him would not fail. As they descended, the world darkened. Clouds rolled across the sky, and the wind grew stronger. Shadows stretched long and deep, turning the valley floor into a place that looked more like night than day. Eli's heart thudded in his chest, but he remembered his prayer. He gripped his staff, lifted his chin, and whispered the words his father had taught him from childhood. "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." It was then he sensed it, a presence beside him, not seen, not touched, but as real as the ground beneath his feet. The fear that had tried to coil around his ribs loosened its grip. His steps steadied. Each breath deepened. Even the sheep seemed calmer, moving as if guided by more than just him. Halfway through the valley, a roar shattered the air. From behind a jagged rock, a mountain lion leaped toward the flock. The sheep scattered, bleating, in panic. Eli ran forward without thinking. His staff struck the earth as he yelled to draw the creature's attention. For a moment, it felt like the world stopped. The lion turned its gaze, golden and fierce. Eli's knees trembled, but his heart did not. The presence beside him felt stronger. He raised his staff as the lion crouched. Before it could spring, thunder cracked above them. A bolt of light split the sky and struck a tree nearby, sending a shock through the ground. The lion spun and fled into the shadows. Eli stood breathing hard, staring at the empty space where death had nearly met him. "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies," he whispered. Those words had never felt so real. The storm broke quickly. Sunlight spilled through the clouds. The valley brightened, and the sheep returned, gathering around Eli as if nothing had happened. He guided them to a grassy rise where the earth, cleansed by rain, glowed with life. The flock ate peacefully, and Eli rested on a rock, letting the truth settle into his soul. God had been with him not by removing the valley, but by walking with him through it. Later that evening, Eli led the flock back toward the hills. The sun dipped in gold behind him, and the air held a soft warmth. He realized he no longer dreaded the valley. He respected it, but he did not fear it. The closeness of God had been more real in the darkest place than anywhere else. When he reached home, his mother welcomed him with bread and warm broth. A lantern glowed on the table. His father placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "You look different, stronger." Eli only smiled. His heart felt full, like a cup overflowing. That night, as he lay down to sleep, he whispered, "Surely your goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." And for the first time, he understood exactly what those words meant.